Okay, so we're taking another trip out to Coyote Creek. This will be trip number 3. Last time we moved the camp from the first spot and didn't really get much video done, but this time we'll try to get a little more. Anyway, starting with the old trusty Fox Outdoor Fox Tactical pack in Coyote. I love this pack. Lots of room in it. I love the fact that I have separate pockets on here to do things. Sometimes I like my fire kit to be always in one compartment. I like my lighting to always be in the other. Right on the bottom here, I always have an emergency tarp and a couple extra things. So for me, it's really great. It's not the lightest pack in the world, though. I think this thing dry is 4.5 pounds. So I mean, for long distances, it isn't probably your first choice, but whatever, the price was right. It was about 65 bucks and just bulletproof. And then got a good tarp here. This will be our overhead tarp this time. We have a slightly larger tarp we're going to wrap the tripod with for the tarp shelter. Food, I got 2.5 days worth of food, 2 and maybe 3/4 days. All manner of dried stuff is in there. You see the mashed potatoes and the stuffing. There's ramen and some mountain houses divided up, and just all sorts of dry stuff. We don't take fresh food out there at all. There's coyotes and bears and all sorts of stuff. We don't want to attract them any more than necessary. And the bag here, I just have a couple extra snacks, candy bars, some drink mixes and things like that. Usually don't bring a lot of food for the first day. We get out there and just start to work right away and cutting wood, and usually don't have breakfast, just kind of a late lunch type deal, and maybe a couple nighttime meals. Let's see. So for the sleep system, this is the Marmot Aspen 20 right here, obviously not in its compressed state. With that, I'm going to bring the Thermalite reactor. That baby, first of all, it costs way too much if you're just going to go out and buy it for what it is. They say up to 25 degrees, and up to is about right. Because I think I get about 10 out of it. And look, I feel like it gets me as warm as my old fleece liner does for a fraction of the bulk and weight, which is nice. But if I didn't have a $50 gift card in my pocket that I got from somebody, I probably wouldn't have bought the thing. With that, the Thermarest Z-Rest is going to go on the ground, and then I'm going to double up with sleeping pads this time and use the old Flash, and that'll be inside the bivvy with me underneath the bag. And then I have the sit pad going along as usual. I sit on that on top of the bucket. And at night, I let a little air out of that and fold it in half. It doubles as my pillow too. So super light, 3 ounces, serves 2 purposes. I absolutely love the thing. It was 20 bucks. Can't beat it. Going back over here real quick to lighting. We always have inside, when we do tarp shelters anyway, a candle going at night inside the mason jar. So dries out the air a little bit. It makes a big difference. You wouldn't think so, but man, it really does. And then this Energizer 225 lumen headlamp here, that baby is another winner. That was $20 as well, and it has quite a throw on it. Several different modes, all dimmable, and the feature I like most about it is the fact that it has a red light on it too for at night. We use the red light a lot out there. This is my cook kit inside here. Probably no need to really take that out or anything. It's just a Stanley, a Sea to Summit spork, and a 24-ounce bush pot. I think it's the Pathfinder stainless cup, nesting cup. And I just got some extra clothes in here. There's a thermal top and some extra socks, and that's the undergarments. That's it. So if we stay a third day, I'll have some extra stuff. And then, of course, some outerwear that's going along. It's a Columbia rain shell and a stocking cap and some fleece gloves just in case it gets real cold at night. So that's about it. I'm going to clear this stuff off, throw it into the pack, and then I'm going to put some tools out here and a couple extra things that are going this time. All right, so got all the other stuff off of here. Got a couple new things. So let's see, tools that are going out. So first of all, I've taken out my GoPro knockoff. Oh, by the way, guys, if you want a nice adventure camera, this is the Ultra Pro X. This version is the Adventure Cam 8. It has the little Wi-Fi and the app where you can view it on your phone. There's also an Adventure Cam 10 now that does 4K. But it is awesome, and the little waterproof housing is cool. You can completely submerge it. It won't do anything to it. Great little camera. I'm going to take that out and we're going to do a walk around in the rain with it and show the old camp and stuff. And then just a rechargeable, a little backup battery on the side there to recharge the camera. I got a couple SD cards too for it. So probably going to bring the bastard file and the stone, sharpen the axes up a little bit this time. This is the Condor. Usually I bring out this Fisker's pruning saw, and yes, it's bigger than a folding saw, but man, if you want something that will do some work, this is it right here. It's unbelievable. I think we have some videos where we're testing it out versus a bow saw and a couple other things, and I'm telling you right now, this thing it's worth the $20 or whatever it costs, $24. It's amazing. And usually I'll just put it on top of my pack here, right inside those lines on top of the tarp, and it's fine. I mean, you don't even have to worry about it. But also this time we're going to bring out this little Ryobi 10-inch chainsaw. It's battery powered, totally silent, 18-volt batteries. You can get the lithium-ion batteries for them, and let's see how this baby does. It's going to be extremely wet out there, and all of this, so we never cut anything that's live and green and standing. Everything we take is off the ground. Unfortunately, if it's not summer around here, that means it's wet. Whether it fell recently or whether it fell 6 months ago, the shit is going to be wet. So we're going to take that and do a little extra work with it so we can kick back part of the time and just drink beer. And then we're also going to try out some of this fatwood here. So in our area, we don't have the trees for it at all. The closest thing you have to a tree that'll produce good fatwood is balsam fir, which produces pretty shitty fatwood. Everything else is alders, and the hemlocks don't even produce anything very good. So we picked this up at the hardware store. It was like $6 for this whole bag of this stuff. And in a minute here, I don't have a tripod for my phone, so I'm going to turn this off and shave some of it down, and we'll see if it sparks up and does any good. But I mean, for $6, hey man, you know, it was worth the shot, right? And if it doesn't work, fuck it, it doesn't work. We'll just burn it. But if it does work, bonus, right? So, okay, so back again. Here's the fatwood. This is the stick out of here. I'm just gonna take some. I'm gonna do some maybe really finely grated bits of it, and then maybe some curls off of this, and I'm gonna put it on this tin paint can lid here. I'm gonna try to strike it up with this ferro rod. Let's see what happens. All right, so here's my pile. Have some kind of finer stuff on the bottom and some long curls. I mean, there should be plenty of surface area here. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to try to get this right down in this and see if I can drive some good sparks down into it. Ooh. God, you could smell it starting to go, but it's not really taking a spark like I thought it would. Not at all, in fact. It's got to be way more efficient than trying to throw a spark into there. Let's see. Huh. Go, baby. There we go. There we go. There it goes. Yeah. All right, so let's not burn down the fucking house. Haha. Okay, so yes, it does take off. I was shaving a pretty significant amount of sparks into those guys. I guess it just takes a second. All right, so it works. That's great. Fantastic. Good news. So that came off this stick here. That guy. I mean, just a tiny bit of that. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to do out in the woods. I'm going to shave a bunch of this and put it into a bag. And then I'll take a couple sticks out there and hopefully this turns out well. Cool.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
So as you can see, conditions are super wet everywhere. So in here, we're gonna have to make kind of an extended base on this fire lace. So we took some rounds, which are, they're kind of wet, but they're nice and dry inside, so they're gonna make the bottom. And then we cut some more, a little bit larger than that, and split them up. And those guys are just gonna go like this, split side up on this layer, with a little bit of gap to let some airflow draft. And then it's gonna get smaller on that next level. And then we're gonna put some fatwood and anything we can find, small little sticks out here. And then we took some more of these guys that are nice and dry inside and started splitting them into kindling. I'm gonna bring those down a little bit smaller with a knife and then just TP that on top and we'll see what happens. Shaved wood. All right, so see if I can spark into this without fucking disrupting the whole thing. It's hard when it's not on a flat surface. So it took a little while to get this baby going. Everything's so wet, but it's finally burning nice and hot now. We've got our small rounds split up in there, and they're burning, so we know we're good. We have some of the larger stuff up on top, just drying out. And that's kind of life out here in the woods in the winter. It's, what's the date today? 20th or something? It's like November 20th. And all it does is rain. And so, you know, the conditions are real wet. It's raining right now. But, man, once it finally gets going and you can dry out stuff to burn, your home free will be good for the rest of the night here. And I'll tell you what, this 5-block fireplace is the ultimate design. It drafts perfectly. It's a beautiful thing. And this will be a lot smaller later on, burn real hot with a lot of coals inside. Wet.
Yeah, ooh, yeah, punky.
It's in that one spot.
Fuck. Yeah,
there.
that's good.
Yeah, this thing is...
This, yeah, the Ryobi battery-powered, what is it, 12-inch?
10.
10-inch?
10. It's small. It's definitely not that big, but boy, is it light.
It's getting,
man,
pretty decent rounds out of here.
Yeah. And this battery... it smoked the battery pretty quick, actually.
Is it already dead?
No, it's not, but it's way down from where
Jeez.
it was. But look at the size of the shit that we're cutting with it. I mean, it's
pretty good.
Here's the size of a beer can, so that's not bad.
Yeah. About a 16-ounce towel.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's go give it one more round on that. Just like that.
Makes the video start. Yep. Rock and roll. Sweet. I think it kind of hears through it too, but I'm not really sure. That's so I'll talk to it. So here's our... We're going to go over where the old camp was. So the videos we posted for Coyote Creek 1 were the other side of where we are now. We're going to walk over there and show you. It's raining like a son of a bitch right now. It's right over there. We have to cross the creek to get there. So here's our new camp. Up that way. You really can't see the shelter that much either. It looks great. It just looks like part of the landscape. Nice. Oh, I can't see the fucking... There we go. The display turns off. Yeah, there's fucking holes in the ground. Coyotes or something in there. Yep, sideways, dude. Sideways. And there's the creek. Creek's flowing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creek dries up in the summer and doesn't flow, so it's really just starting to come back up again. Oh man, that is really in there, dude. That tire. Yeah, well, it might be a good place for beer.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix it though and make this creek flow a little better. Instead of flowing all over the place, we're gonna make it go in a straight line. You're never gonna pull that out of the mud.
Look at this shit.
Oh yeah. Alright, so here's the path up to the old camp. Oh man. That is gonna be a slick bullshit walk.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I was trying to step sideways and just fucking... Oh man, I don't know if I can even... Fuck! Whoa. I can't even climb the hill, dude. It's so fucked up.
Why don't we try to walk up to the thing and put water in here from there?
Well, we can do that. I really want to get up to the old fucking camp. This fucking hill sucks. There we go. Fuck. Made it up that. And it's only like 6 feet. Couldn't even fucking climb it. There we go. We haven't been here for, 6 months? Maybe more. We were here in March at this one. That's where we used to keep the wood, or where we did that one time. My hammock was across these 2 trees right here. This old cedar. Your hammock was right there. This is going to be one of the holes for our new golf course. Across the way. See, there's the other camp. Right over there you can see the smoke rising up. So this was a good spot, but we didn't have the tree configuration to hang a tarp overhead when it was foul weather. So we moved over to a better spot. But this was good for hammocks. Great little spot. Actually pretty sheltered too. The cedar tree's dry on the bark, drier. But anyway, we're going to drive balls from here over to one of the flat parts right over there, across the creek. And then we're going to make another hole that comes back the other way, but it's going to be uphill.